Let's talk about spilling. This idea of spilling and how it can apply to your life, and how this idea of spilling can help you become more disciplined and more focused, and in general, get more of the behaviors that you want in your life and get less of the behaviors that you don't want in your life. The idea of spilling is simple. It is the more discipline you exercise in one area, this will allow you to exercise discipline in another area. So, simple as waking up early and doing an emotionally difficult workout every single morning, that will build neuron structures in your brain that will be able to help you execute disciplines in other areas of your life. And as it turns out, there's opportunities to exercise discipline everywhere in your life, everywhere you look. There's a saying around, the way you do anything is the way you do everything. And this definitely applies here. So, all of your decision making, all of your decisions, what you choose to focus on, what you choose to not focus on. If you have, let's say, an addiction to food, let's say, and there isn't much neurological wiring to help you say no to that addiction, right? Exercising discipline in other ways will help you build that willpower, build that part of your brain to be able to have more of a control, let's say, on an food addiction. For example, that's why working out for so many people, building a beautiful body, has been foundational in changing so many people's lives, simply because the discipline that you need to actually build a strong, muscular, fit, lean body, that discipline will go into other areas of your life. People that have participated in military training will just say the same thing, is that their military training has spilled over into all other areas of their life. That attitude, that discipline. The next thing is this idea of attitude in terms of spilling. Think of your attitude towards everything in your life. Do you have an attitude of doing the emotionally difficult thing, or do you have an attitude of shying away from the emotionally difficult thing? Notice what that is for you. I notice in really self-actualized people, they will have the attitude of doing the mostly difficult thing first, doing it now, not putting it off for later. Because for the brain, later is never. Now is what exists, and later does not exist. And so notice in your own behaviors, maybe there's certain things you're tolerating in your environment. What is it for you that you're tolerating and that you're putting off? And yeah, it's an errand you gotta do, but it's messy, it's unorganized, and you just want to be productive. You just want to feel productive. This can be a trap, trying to just feel productive all the time, when really a lot of tasks will have that friction between them that will not allow us to get that feeling of productivity. But in the end, we'll be more productive if we just choose to focus. So whatever it is in your life, whether it's waking up early or working out several times a week, or working out every day, if you want to really build this pattern, maybe it's doing some meditation or some Kriya Yoga. Maybe it's controlling your addiction to media or your media intake, controlling your use to a phone. Maybe you need to shut off your phone more often. What is it for you where you have opportunities to exercise self-discipline such that that self-discipline will spill over into other areas? I've noticed for myself, I cannot eat any form of sugar or any form of like really good tasting food, even like a slightly sugary drink, that will actually set off a pattern spilling over into more poor decision making. It's really interesting how that works. It has to do with possibly unearned sources of dopamine. So this also goes into that idea of What are your sources of dopamine? And are you getting earned sources of dopamine? Let's say from like a workout or studying really hard, or are you getting it from a unearned source of dopamine, like a high calorie treat that you're eating, or watching some YouTube shorts or YouTube videos, or just checking your emails and your social media and then just checking all these kind of different things. These are like unearned sources of dopamine. So with spilling, what can you do? Like, what if you focused on one area of your life where you could just completely master it, completely discipline yourself like crazy? Imagine if you haven't gone to the military, imagine what impact it would make if you had access to that military training. Imagine if you haven't mastered a very strong and if you haven't yet made your body beautiful, strong, muscular, and low body fat. Imagine the opportunity for your mind to take on that endeavor. For me nowadays, what motivates me the most is to work out is actually the implications that it has on my mind, my day-to-day focus, my discipline. So, to wrap things up, if you can focus yourself in one area of your life to be really disciplined, that will eventually spill over into other areas. So I suggest wake up times, working out, food choices, media addiction choices, choosing not to distract yourself in any forms of cheap dopamine fishing or unearned, easy access sources of dopamine. And just notice how all of a sudden, hey, you have a little more patience to work on that assignment. Notice all of a sudden how, hey, you have more patience to finally go change that light bulb or to clean the house or whatever it is. As you order chaos in one area, it will ultimately help you order chaos in other areas. It's simple as that. And when you start to also build an identity of someone that orders chaos all the time, that creates order, just even something as simple as making your bed. Start with cleaning your room. I notice a physiological feeling of when I clean my environment. I feel much better. I feel less stressed. And that cleaning of the room spills over into my confidence, into my ability to focus. Same with doing a difficult workout. Same with doing that thing that you've been putting off, whether it's your taxes or whatever it is. You know what it is for you. You can make a list of the things that you're tolerating. Go through that list and notice how good you feel once you actually finish it and how that feeling will spill over. So that's about it. That's my reminder about this concept of spilling. Notice that the way you do anything is the way you do everything. Keep that in mind. And when you have that in mind, notice what attitudes that you want to take on and what attitudes you want to throw away. All right. If you like this video, do all the things, like it, share it, and I'll see you in the next one.